stuff Yerushalmi Ma'asros. Yerushalmi Ma'asros edition with Daf Mem Hey and Aleph. And the third line down, Mesa Shimon Lakish Le Rabbi Yochanan, which in the Vilna is on Daf Chav Hey and Beis. The second line down, Mesa Shimon Lakish Le Rabbi Yochanan. So the Gemara says. Basically, hello. In the article, it's also Meser Shimon Lakish Rabbi Yochanan, but in the Kavanaki, it changes the Meser Rabbi Yochanan Shimon Lakish, which is the Girsa of the Rosh Familia. Not the Gra. Yeah, the Gra also changes it. Okay, so we're going to go with the Gra, with the Girsa of the Rosh Familia and the Gra. Meser Rabbi Yochanan Shimon Lakish. Rabbi Yochanan asked Rabbi Shimon Lakish. Didn't we learn? If you makdish the whatever it is, the produce before the Gemara Malacha, the Gemara Gizbar, and the Gizbar finished them, Hakapadon, and then you redeem them, Peturin. You're exempt from Chumas Maisis. Vare Gizbar Ka'acheru. So the Gizbar is not the Hekdesh. He's not the Bible Hekdesh. He's another person. He's a treasurer, but he's not the owner. And his miruach, which was hekdesh paters. So that's the case. Also miruach of somebody else, b'shus hediot should be mechayev. So since it's in the, even though the hediot himself didn't do it, somebody else did it under the jurisdiction of the hediot. So therefore it should be pater. So getting back to the machlekes, which you saw yesterday. So Rabbi Yochanan is saying, if somebody's Merach Kirsh Chavesh Shlomi Daitoi, it's just the equivalent of the Gizbar Merach Keri, the Kri of Hekdesh. It's like the Gizbar Merach, the Kri of Hekdesh, since it belongs to Hekdesh, remains part of Chumas Maisis. If somebody else is Merach, the Kri of Hediot, since it remains in belonging to the Hediot, so therefore it should be a Chayim in Chumas Maisis. Right? That should be the flip side of the same principle. She said, Tipote command Amar Gizbar Kabbalim. No. Gizbar is different. A Gizbar is like an owner. The treasurer of Hekdesh is like the owner of Hekdesh. Udlok Rabbi Yossi. And not like Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Yossi Omar who Gizbar hu Acher. Rabbi says a Gizbar is like an Acher, and the way the Kavanaki explains it, Kakodesh Baruch Hu Abaylim. Hashem is the owner. Well, that's a little bit difficult of an explanation because Hashem wrote some law. He was by them of everything. So I don't know. I don't know if I would define it that way, but I'd say his bracher. He has he's an achroi. He's not a bailim. Okay, this doesn't necessarily have a bailus, but it doesn't. I don't know if I use the terminology of bailim, but that makes you happy. That's fine. Okay, Rechenina Chavran Rabbanan boy. Rechenina, the friend of Rabbanan, remember he said he's always very called Yerushalmi. He's going back to the Mishnah Challah, which says that women who gave a baker a bunch of doughs to bake, if none one of them has a shear, it's part of the challah. So because they're not mitzvah. But if one of them has a shear of challah, because one of different people, they're not mitzvah. One of the shear of challah, it's chayev. Okay. So okay, so even if one of them has one of them has a shear. Now there's a this is a change of gears here. This is we're just going with the Rosh Familia and the Gra and all the fusim in Chala Alpay. But in the Fus kind it says I feel yesh b'kulah kashir. Even they all have a shear. So according to that, it's going back on words of Rish Lakish above. In any event, so we're not going to go with that. We're going to go with the Girsa of the Gra, the Rasfila, and the Gemara and Chala. So, so he's asking, since okay, that's I'm not sure I wrote here. I wrote something here, which I can't really read. Anyway, let's read inside. So, let it be like saying which is not Nimra Malachto, because the Gibul, she did it home. She needed it though, and then got combined with the other ones. But she needed it though, and they got needed afterwards by the baker again, together with the other ones, right? And it's going to be baked together with other smaller doughs which are not chayiv. So the original marmalade should be batel. So that's the same. Because that kneading is going to be superseded by the kneading done by the baker himself. Yeah, butter. I guess because being butter and most of the doughs which are nakashir. Rabbi Yosef Shem Rabbi Zir Yosef him Zir Rabbi Yonah Rabbi Zir Shem Rabbi Yosef said, "Ab mashalogin lo nitbal." Even that which you take out in, we have this in the fourth parak, and somebody was drinking by a gas, and you filled up a ladle from the gas. It's not because you come Gemara Malacha, so he's going to put it back in the gas. So here too was the gibul which is done at home, that kneading Shagas Sikar Malacha. It should only be Chayiv when she gets back her new dough from the Nachman, which is going to go back according to the measure she originally gave in, but it's going to include the particles which are potter. It's not going to have a share anymore. So here, here too should be the same thing, and no response is given. We go on to the next part of the Mishnah about Shum Baal Bechi, Batso Shurikva, all these things, Chutzloretz, etc. So Tanya, Ezu Shum Baal Bechi. What's Shum Baal Bechi? The sounds in the Mishnah that Shum Baal Bechi is Shum which comes from a place called Bechi, which is in Lebanon. So the Gemara says, I bet you Tanya is not in something in the Kabbalah because he does that. Yeah, no Tanya in the Vilna. Ezu Shum Baal Bechi Kosh Einlo Eladur Echad Makibus Amud. It only has one row of small onions, which are called doors, like a row of teeth. So one row of small onions, makibus amud, which surrounds the stalk. Ashgamil says, only has, I guess, one peel for multiple small onions. So that's how they identified it. Ezu Bata Sharikva, so Rikva we said also the name of place. Kosh Oktonim Shachlatocho. Anytime the stem of the onion is embedded back into itself. Rashina says, Kosh Eino Eres, any onion which does not have a sharp, doesn't really venomous, a sharp taste. So I would say that like a Spanish onion or a Vidalia onion. Those are not considered to be those onions evidently come from Spain from Vidalia, and so they're not for chutzars. What are the grisa kilkulin? The which you mentioned in Mishnah, the again it's the place the legumes which grow in Kilkilia, which is in South Turkey. How do you tell how much they are? So elam rubaim, the square ones. So now this Yerushalmi is actually a well-known Yerushalmi, very interesting Yerushalmi. There's nothing which grows square in the Bria. So also Gemara Yerushalmi the Darim Halacha Beis. Nothing grows square. Some Musar Haskell that everything in the world is asymmetrical, some way, shape, or form. Nothing is perfectly square. So the Emu Bashis Mebratius. Squares are artificial. What are you talking about? I'll show you something which is square. It says the Baharis, which is the leprosy, is like the square Grisakilki. So you see a Grisakilki is square. Rabbi Bisson said, Kol Gram Amar Lesum Ruba. No, that entire language it's not square. Lamanina, why does it say it this way? Because it could just like a Grisakilki. Let's use the Grisakilki Ruba and tell you, no, take it and square it. Use the king size Grisakilki and square it, and then you'll have that size of the Baharis. Again, the Lamatina, the Yarmanihu, he has to square it off when he makes the cheshbon. Nana Malaktorin. So, I'm sorry, Nana. What about Nana, which is mint? And evidently it has a square stem. Don't ask me. There's a picture in the Felix here. He does not have a picture, but he says it's Mentha longifolia. Mentha longifolia is has square stalks. So the Gemara says, even though it has square stalks, it doesn't have a picture, but I guess you can Google it or something. He says, nevertheless, the Gemara says molikatorim. It has lots of knots, which are the joints from which the leaves come out, and which therefore destroy the squareness of it. Molikuchin. V'ha'aniva the fila. What about Aniva the Fila, which gives in Felix is Aviva the Fila? It's a Kra. I don't know, Kra is. Oh, he wants to say it's actually not a plant. Most unfortunately say it's a type of plant. I don't care. It's like ivory. What does he say here? He also said type of legume. Yeah, common is a type of legume. I have to know what Felix wants. I'm saying about elephants. Anyway, so it says Aniva the Pila. So he wants to change it. Aniva Ainun Yud Beis Aleph. He wants to spell it Aviva, Aleph Beis Yud Beis Aleph. It says it's an abuv, which is a pipe, which is the king of the kera. Shikamat Rubas Bapil. Whatever kera is, sounds like when the elephant bows down. Anyway, something which is square and about elephants. Be as in May. It's round on the bottom. Whatever this round thing, whatever this is, it's round on the bottom. So therefore, it's not square. Some say that Lamar Shingamil El Bibrios. There are square plants, like the mint. But creatures, Balichaim, they're not square. So only vegetation is square. Taikeim, also in the Brisa. They're square by food stuffs, but not by creatures, by living creatures. How we know which are Egyptian lentils? If they have sharp lips. They don't have pebbles with them. They come from hefker, from hard ground, so pebbles don't get mixed up with them. Elena kirkas. What's a kirkas, which is discussed in our Mishnah. Kosher would say mu'utin. those which have few stems, or small stems. Valikatem ruba and merubin, and they have lots of seed pods. Ma'adamile, what's analogous to it? What's similar to it? I'm going to basically go to Elaine Kuinatia. Kuinatia is a vegetable which has a long stick like the kirkas, and it was widespread and known to them, even if it doesn't seem known to us today. The fact says she's a yum in a borough. We don't know what it is. He has a lot of definitions here about different kirkas is, but okay, yeah, we don't know what this kind of kuntai are. It says all these things nikachim because all them shvius. They can purchase the oil from any person during Shemitah. They don't not assume to not assume either assume to grow chutzlites in Eretz Yisrael. They grow after. They're not nishma. They're not grown in a way which would make them also. It says Gemara. Rabbi Yermi boy. Rabbi Yermi asked. Karkamin maushim utoy mishum svichen. Karkamin is saffron. Normally it's saffron, which is one of the samari ektoris. Did you know that? I know saffron is ektoris. And they also used in order to color and dye food and vessels. It's not suitable to eat. That's what he says in the there's Perush, but the Biurim is not so sure about that. He said saffron. He says here that what we talk about is saffron. And he says it could be something else. He has a long arichas here what it could be. Let's see, Felix. I might as well look at Felix and see what Felix says about it. He says it's saffron. Yeah, he goes with the saffron. He says there is an interpretation, curcuma longa, which I think is curcum in English as well. Anyway, whatever it is. So so it's not really a food. It's used as spice. It's not a food. Mashem mishum svichim is okay. The problem of svichim. It's not saying which is normal edible. It's just used as a spice. Is it the svichim applied to it or not? The suspect on Shvius ain't looking man of Pishtan. You can't buy from linen. I feel like even if it's combed, even there's no seeds in it, they combed out the seeds. So it's super machmir. Pishtan Lav Kismin was in Pishtan just sticks, and still you can't buy for somebody's clutch of Shvius. Abachina said, Mishum Zara. He says, no. Pishtan is also on account of the suchim because it does have flaxseed. And that's no matter for kurkum, which evidently are not eaten at all. Yeah, the fact it's a spice, somehow I guess it's like a cinnamon stick, which is not truly edible. It's like a kisam. Raymond Amar, Imne Zara, if it's accounted the zera, that you can't buy linen from somebody. I assume it's still in the flax state. It's not linen. It's obviously still edible. Flax fiber. So if the imishum zaravani achashlas mocher truma lechulin, some you suspect to sell truma as if it's chulin, and okay mero mayim umelach. They ain't buy from salt, water and salt. These like a maymar, the mayim umelach zaro. There's no zera in my milk yet, nevertheless not allowed to buy it. Elam mishum knas. It's a knas, so it could be also the pishtan, the flax fibers, it's also because it's knas, and not because of zera. Menachem bar mabsima. Achui di Yonas on Kippah. Whatever these were. The brother of Yonas on Kippah, Mishum Rabbi Yami said, Pishtan kas well mishvis. You can buy flax fibers made by Shmita. But that's if you don't know if he's suspect or not suspect. If it's clear that he's chashuv, that he's suspect, then also it's also evidently that is a knas. By default assumption, it's not a problem. But we, if we know this person is chashuv, then it's also. Zuga Kri Rebavo Abba Barzav, the Shem Revo said, Bekia, which is a vetch. The vegetables called vetch, which we didn't know what exactly they are. It's a type of legume. So the Nikas Kolam Shviz, it can be bought from anybody Shviz because it doesn't have the Isser of Svichim. So the Kedusha Shviz it does have, but it doesn't have the Isser Svichim because nobody ever plants it. Always goes wild. So we're not afraid somebody's going to say, oh, it grew wild, but it really was planted, which is Isser Svichim. We're not going to, vetch, nobody always goes wild. On Rabbi Yossi, it says, Lomer, okay. It said our Mishnah doesn't say that way. Because it says, Zera Lufa Elyon, the seed of Lufa Elyon, Zera Krishin, the seed of cress, Zera Betzoin, the seed of onions, Zera Lefetz, the seed of radishes and turnips, Shai Zoranagina, Shem Necholim, and any type of Zoranagina which are not normally eaten. Can be acquired from any person shmita. The tiny Olympic says you already saw that. Even the seeds, they don't have to go specifically in the gardens; they can grow in the fields. Go zera kutzav, zera bekia. This is can acquire from any person in shmita. There's no isser of sichim. Ha bekia atzmala sounds like zera bekia, yes, but bekia itself, in other words, the leaves, not. So it's difficult for zuga to zuga, who sounds like bekia itself can be acquired from any person, not just the seeds. Dilma Diloi Sama of any of them chashudim eno chashud. So he says maybe Zuga only says it's a place where you don't know if it's chashud or not chashud. And to hear chashud means to cultivate vetch b'isur, obviously. But it's clear that he's a chashud, then it's taka asur. So Rabbi Yossi, the Tosefta, who says B'kiyat Asr, that's somebody who's chashuv, who's known to be a socher per shvius. And from whom we go by Zera B'kiyah, because we was the suspect that he planted the B'kiyah for the during Shemitah. But Zera B'kiyah people don't plant it for the purpose of the Zera. And here's what's saying by the vetch, since by the B'kiyah, that sorry, but he said when Zuhri the B'kiyah said that the B'kiyah, the vetch itself can be the Kachas Cholim, it's a person we don't know if it's chashuv or not, we give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, that brings us almost to the end of Masechta. But let's do tomorrow's daf. Okay, we'll leave for tomorrow nonetheless.